Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm back with a review already, but this time it's with the OG lady in the orange room, Kate. Now today's May 24th, 2015, and exactly 10 years ago today, May 24th, 2005, Kate was brutally murdered both in the episode, and that's also the date the episode aired, and I'm sounding way more excited about this than I meant to. I'm sorry. Hashtag RIP. Made it worse. So I thought we'd honor her by bringing it back to 2005. Ladies and gentlemen, here's a recap and review of the one, the only Twilight. Not the movie. Close though. There is blood. So the opening starts out with just the scariest thing I've ever seen. So two guys are breezing down the road talking about hot women like I'm sure you do if you own a convertible. So then cops pull them over and boy is Ari there to destroy the patriarchy. They should really give him a hand. Haha. This is something they can't do anymore because they're dead and he took their hands. And then we get something that I had completely forgotten about, but it was practically an NCIS trademark, and it was the fact that there would constantly be cuts to the exact same shot. I'm sure you know what I was talking about if you were watching like a season 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 episode. But basically it would be like a shot of Tony, and then it would be like another shot of Tony doing the exact same thing, but like slightly more zoomed in and like slightly to the left, and then it would jump back, and then it would jump back, and then it would jump back, but it would be to the exact same thing all the time. And they don't really do that anymore, thank God, because it was just such an interesting choice. I feel like if there was an NCIS parody, that would 100% be one of the things they mock to death. So I feel like it's important to preface the rest of this video with the fact that no one knew Kate was going to die. Apparently, people were told that someone was going to die, but they did not know which member of the team it was, and my god, do they exploit that. Right off the bat, Kate's like, McGee, I feel like you're haunting my desk, and McGee's like, haha, one of us may die, and then Tony walks in and is like, wow, I feel like one of us might get shot in the head with a sniper rifle, or something like that. But just this whole episode is people telling other people that everyone is going to die. That is this episode. Hey, remember when Tony had the plague? I hate when my friend's out of work because they have the plague. It's the worst. And the ketchup is a killer. Oh god, I'm doing it. Haha, murder, death, someone's gonna die. It's me. Tony character development. Yeah, that's a really strong thing. Because I'm watching this and I feel like I'm watching a 3-year-old in a grown man's body. But then like he hits the light switch in his head and he becomes an adult for a hot second and just starts commanding and barking orders. Tony is just such a good character, you guys. And also rather annoying at this point in time. They're investigating the crime scene and people are dead and... oh, that was not vague. So they're investigating the crime scene, and like most crime scenes for the past 12 years, people are dead. And they're taking pictures, and Tony's rescuing Kate from a poison snake, which isn't poison at all, and he's just a jerk. But then she pushes him down, and he looks under, and it's a bomb. And again, he turns like 0 to 100 real quick, Tony. And he's like saving their lives, and he calls himself Anthony, which why and since when? He's like, I'll outrun you. Son, you just had the bubonic plague. I'm unsure if you know, but that might have affected your stamina a wee bit. Then we go to like the whole running theme of the episode where it's like, who will die? Like a fun little game show. You think Tony dies for like a second, but then he crawls out of the ditch and his like sassy remark. Gibbs is like, oh, everyone else is like, and then foof. I forgot Kate was an artist. I always forget that, and I'm really angry that I do because I feel like that's such like a human trait. Not that I think she's like a zombie or a robot or Satan or something. Whenever I think Kate, I just think pilot Kate who is vomiting on Air Force One, but also kicking ass and just being a leader with a gun. But she's like an artist, and I forgot how like quirky she could be and kind of awkward and kind of hard to watch, but also really awesome. Like I forgot that was Kate, and it just all just rushed back in like the 3 seconds I saw her face because she's so much all at once, you guys. I think we forget how much Kate was. Little Jimmy Palmer's here. Little Jimmy, who isn't a daddy or a husband or a successful man yet. He's still kind of a little baby and it makes me cry and everyone's just mean to him. Proby. except he's not even a probationary agent, he's just an infant. So Tony's laying down behind the desk, and the scene gets weird. When NCIS finds out a female character is leaving, they press the panic button. But underneath this panic button, you lift up the label, and it reads, Force Relationship. And that's what's happening here. Because McGee's like, I think Kate likes you, and Tony's like, nah. And then he's like, I think she does. And it's very like, borderline incestuous, as I often describe Kate and Tony's relationship. And then McGee gets Kate in on it, and Kate is like, yeah, I'd marry him so hard. And so Tony's under the desk like, I'm gonna get laid. I can't wait to make fun of her for this. But when this happens 9 years later, it's real. Just a warning. And so then Kate like dumps water on him to like tone him down as he needs to be at this point in time. Again, we're like 30 seconds into this episode, son. It makes me wonder if they would have pushed the Tony and Kate relationship, and I think they would have. And I wonder if they would have done it faster than any of Tony's upcoming love interests. In Life Before His Eyes, I didn't think about it that much, and then it turns out that was what was in his cards, had she not been brutally assassinated. I still don't know how I feel about that. I kind of don't like it, again, because they're just so sibling-y. Who thought this was a good idea? Not me. Abby is so uncontrollably, inexplainably Abby in this scene, and I love it. I love this Abby. She's like on the floor, she's throwing stuffed animals, she's like just everywhere all at once. It's amazing. I wish we saw this kind of Abby more. I feel like now a lot of the times she's kind of mopey, kind of. But like here she's just so exuberantly, vivaciously Abby, and I love it. Gibbs is kind of strange in this episode to me because I'm so used to later Gibbs and they're kind of different people. And I think I've said this before, Gibbs then is not the same as Gibbs now. And especially when he's talking to the director, he's very complacent and he's like, yes sir, no sir, fine sir, like when he gets declined. And I mean, he still goes ahead and does what he wants anyway, but new Gibbs would have let you know that he was going to blatantly disrespect your orders. Old Gibbs is kind of like, yeah, I'll kiss your butt, but then I'm also gonna stick my boot up it. Proby McGee, just such a time, such a legend. God, he's such a nerd. Also Gibbs's least favorite child at that point. Here, Denozo, take McGee's dinner. It's on him. Then we get something I had loved about Truth or Consequences in here. So I guess technically Truth or Consequences got it from Twilight. Huh. And then it was basically Gibbs being like, I know, the call is anonymous and untraceable. I know, he wants to kill us all. I know. And saying all these things very blatantly that would otherwise be the cause of an episode. And Denozo did that in Truth or Consequences too. If we want something to analyze, that's certainly it. Tony Gibbs, Gibbs McGee, McGee Tony, I don't know. That triangle is just full of theories and analyzations. Gibbs and Ari are having a friendly chat. I think Ari by far is like the most casual of the criminals. Like he's like blowing people up, but he's also taking them out for a nice drink. And then Gibbs is like, I'll kill you this time. And Ari's like, haha, but you know, he's kind of right. And then it turns out Ari planted a bomb under the table and screw calm, cool, collected Gibbs from like season 10, 12, whatever. Gibbs is like a freaking rabbit, just like with the bomb in his hand, like, ah! And then Gibbs talks to the team and is like, yeah, I just had coffee with him. He tried to kill me. It was whatever, you know. He also stuck me with the bill, so he's... I love when Gibbs is sassy. Gibbs is so funny. Why don't we see more of this? He can be so funny. So Gibbs tries to resign, they don't let him, Gibbs is in a frenzy, and then Kate's like, I'm your protective custody officer. And then, like, protecting him, they all fall asleep under their desks, and he covers Kate up, just like he eventually will do for her sister in A Man Walking to the Bar. And the flashback just makes my heart hurt that much more when it's in context with the rest of the episode. They talk about boat building. Yes, he used to build things. Remember when? I missed that too. So then Kate wakes up and Gibbs is like bleeding out from the jugular, just like, haha, surprise, it's him. But it's not really him. They're just trying to make you think every single human being in this is dying. So they go to this aeronautics place and find drones, and one is missing, and Gibbs is like, where's that one? And the guy is like, oh, I don't know, it probably moved. Yeah, I hate when my drones walk away like that. It's rough. And then Abby apparently has this dream where Tony's naked at the zoo and doing things, and my only note on that was, Tony's having sex with something at the zoo? Question mark, question mark, question mark? I'm concerned. And then Fornell comes into the picture and there's this whole bitter banter about the ex-wife situation. Don't worry, Fornell, you'll marry her again. And then she'll die, just like Kate does later this episode. Oh yeah, spoiler alert, Kate dies. Whoops. And then Gibbs is on the phone with Ari and he's trying to convince him that he's alone, but there's like all this beeping happening from all of the tracking devices around him, and it's like, what? No, I'm alone. That's just my life support machine. I'm sick. What? So then at this point everyone's on the verge of death. Ari's about to like blow up little children, which he seems to have a weird thing with. This is not the first time he's done that this episode. Gibbs is about to be shot and Kate was like, no, and sacrifices herself, but just kidding. She has a bulletproof vest on. And then she stands up and Tony and Gibbs are complimenting her and Kate's like, wow, I thought I'd die before I... That was her dying. She just died. So that's Kill Ari, and then they're just like staring, covered in blood, and it's just everywhere. She's bleeding. Oh my god. We thought the ending to Berlin was bad. No one died. This woman, she's on the ground. She's dead. She's so much blood. Just an awesome episode. She's dead. Wow, I can't get over it. I'm sorry. Actually, confession, this is the first time I'm watching this full out. Aired a decade ago. Right on track. It's an awesome episode. I wish I got more credit. A lot of people just don't talk about it anymore, but it deserves to be talked about because it's just such like a wow episode, and it's fun and it's funny and it's just completely out there. And you know what? I love Kate. I'm sad she just... wow. But we see her like 15 more times, which is awesome. So that's Twilight. Yeah, awesome. Not awesome that she died. Again, just wow, me. Good job. So this is the first of my summer videos. Tell me what else you guys would like to see this summer, because I'm open to anything. The only thing I'm thinking about this point is a re-review of past, present, and future, and after that, I'm open for anything. So let me know in the comments, and I will see you soon. Bye!